Welcome back geeks to our channel, and in today's video we will gonna do something different with your Android phone. No, don't be scared. I'm not here to break your Android phone or to make it sluggish, but have you ever imagined that our childhood was influenced by such a plethora of retro games like Contra, Mario, Pokemon, Duel Masters, Dragon Ball Z? So have you ever wanted to revisit that memory, and that too on your Android phone without any dedicated console? Well, my friend, you're at the right place, because in today's video I'm gonna tell you how you can install RetroArch on your Android phone, which is the front-end launcher for all the emulators present out there, and using the RetroArch you can play any retro games. And let's see how you can do that. So first and foremost thing which you need to do is open Play Store, and from here you need to search RetroArch. Here is our app. You can install it like this. Or if your device shows that the RetroArch app is not compatible with it, don't you worry, because there is another way using which you can download RetroArch on your Android phone. So you need to open the web browser and open a new tab, of course, and search here RetroArch. And you need to open www.retroarch.com. And from here, tap on hamburger menu, select download, and of course we need to close the ad. Scroll down, and the RetroArch supports these all operating systems, for example Windows, Linux, and a Haiku, Raspberry Pi, and in fact Android. So if the RetroArch app is not available on the Play Store for your Android device, you need to go here and select download, and our APK file has been started to download. So now our RetroArch APK has been successfully downloaded. All you need to do is just tap on it and tap on install, and it will start installing. So once installed, tap on open, and you need to give each and every permission it asks. Allow, and here you go. This is the layout. Now as you can see, the base APK has been successfully extracted, and this is the kind of layout we get on the Android phone, and I recommend to use this layout only, especially on Android phone. Well, the RetroArch supports a plethora of operating system. Either it can be Windows, Android TV, Linux, iOS, Apple TV, and what not else. But every device has a distinct screen size and a distinct aspect ratio, and regarding which the RetroArch has specialized theme, and that is the reason I am telling you to stick with this particular theme and do not need to customize it in the settings, as you will lose navigation function, because the RetroArch app in different themes requires a controller. Without that it won't work properly. Now let's see what kind of functions or settings or in fact features we get in the RetroArch. Firstly, let's go into the settings, and here you go. Just like I said, there is the section of user interface, and from menu you can select different kind of user interface, but I do not recommend to change it if you are on an Android phone. Now let's go back, and now you can see there are a plethora of settings, and I'm not gonna tell you each and every one of them. I'm gonna only tell which are mostly required to set it up. Now let's go back, and from here you can scroll down, and in the core section, manage cores, as you can see we don't have any cores installed. Now you might ask me, what are cores, Samir? Well, cores are basically fancy word for the emulators in the RetroArch. So now onwards, whenever I say core, that means emulator, that's it. So now there is a choice if you want to install or restore core. Well, we're gonna do that, but in some while. Now let's go back, and again let's go back, and these are all the settings you can tinker around. Now let's go into the menu, and from here you can import content if you want to, and you can also mark them favorites. You can import images, and there are multiple options, just like I said. So explaining each and every feature requires me to stretch this video more than 2 hours. Well, you don't like it, and even I don't like it, so let's keep it short. Now let's go back at home, and as you can see here, we're gonna configure our RetroArch. Simply let's go into the online updater first, and I'll recommend that you update each and every setting. Doing this will make your RetroArch up to date and you won't face any glitches, and that is the best practice you can do even after installing RetroArch every month, every week. That depends upon your preference. Now we have successfully updated each and every database. Now we need to scroll up and we're gonna select core downloader. And these are all the cores, basically emulators present out there, and as you can see there are multiple options. Depending on the console you can download the core accordingly. So I'm gonna install firstly Nintendo Game Boy Advance, as that is my first console I ever played on. Where is that? Okay, so here you go, Nintendo Game Boy Advance, and simply I'm gonna select it. It will gonna download and the core has been installed. And now let me install one more core, and that is of course Nintendo Desmo Me. Yeah, the name is funny, but it works like a charm. So once you have downloaded all the cores you want on your RetroArch, just go back, again go back, and from here in the configuration file, we will gonna save current configuration, as this will save our changes on our device on the RetroArch, and we don't need to update it daily whenever we want to play any retro game on this particular app. And here comes the trickier part, that you need to have ROMs, aka games, as well as BIOS files for each and every emulator or console you want to play on RetroArch. And in this matter, well, I cannot help you, but what I can do is I can suggest you that you just Google the emulator name and BIOS, and let's see where it goes. And you can do the same practice for the ROMs as well, which I think would be easier to find. So once you have downloaded ROMs as well as BIOS files for your emulators or cores, well, now we need to assign BIOS files as well as ROM files on our RetroArch. For that, you need to go into the settings, scroll down, as directory option will appear, and select it. And as you can see, these are all the paths on which RetroArch finds its data. Now first we need to select system BIOS. Now you need to select that particular folder in which you have downloaded that BIOS file. In my case, it's in the download, send anywhere, and use this directory. Well, after doing this, RetroArch will automatically fetch all the BIOS files present in that folder. So next thing we need to do is of course load our games on the RetroArch. So firstly we'll gonna go into the menu section over here and tap on import content. As you can see, there are multiple options: scan directory, scan file, manual scan. I'm gonna select manual scan. First we need to assign a content directory, and from here let's go into the storage emulated 0. Again download, send anywhere, and scan this directory. You can also give the name if you want to. Right now I'm making a playlist of Game Boy Advance, so I'm gonna search for it. Here we go. And if you want to give a custom name, you can do that, but I don't think it is necessary. And over here the utmost important option is present, and that is default core. Select it, and here we have our 2 cores installed, and we're gonna select Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Once done, scroll down, and one more thing, I'll suggest that you toggle on scan inside archives, as most of the ROMs are present in .zip format, as this option will help for sure. Now again scroll down and tap on start scan, and as you can see the scan has been completed. Now let's go back, and as you can see Nintendo Game Boy Advance appears. Just tap on it, and we have all the games present in that directory extracted out from that folder into the RetroArch. Simply let's play Pokemon first and run. Here we go. So as you can see, we have successfully loaded Pokemon Emerald on our RetroArch. Well, if you want to go out or quit this game, tap on this RetroArch logo and close content. And we have successfully closed Pokemon Emerald. Let's go back and run Tekken Advance this time, and let's see how it runs. Well, Jin was my favorite character in the Tekken, and let's fight with, and it is really fun. And you also get the vibration feedback, man. So the whole dual sense thing is working on. If you're a gamer, you might get the joke. If not, well, do not worry. The vibration feedback is good and you can just play with it. Well, let me tell you one more thing. The original Game Boy Advance does not have any vibration feedback, so I think you are getting more with the RetroArch. So that's how you create a playlist for Game Boy Advance. But there is one more core I have downloaded, and let's create a playlist for that as well. So again, simply import content, manual scan. We have already selected the directory, and this time I'm gonna select Nintendo DS, of course. And over here, I'll change the code to Desmumi and simple scan inside archives and start scan. Now go back, tap on Nintendo DS, and as you can see, there are 3 games present over here, and it is quite amazing that these days Android device can run full-fledged console game without breaking a sweat. That is just amazing. Well, now let's play a game. Let's go with Pokemon Platinum, as Pokemon is my favorite game franchise. Let's open this, and here we go. Look at this. We have successfully booted up Pokemon Emerald on RetroArch, and it is quite smooth. In fact, as you can see, I've already played it for you guys, and you can also fast forward it like this. So yeah, it is quite amusing that this pocket-sized phone can run full-fledged console formatted game without any hiccups. So I know this method might be a bit tricky for some of you guys, but that doesn't mean it is not worth it. I'll assure you that if you install this particular app with all the cores, ROMs and BIOS, you will gonna have a blast on your Android phone. Not literally, huh? Okay, so the only caveat is that you need to outsource all the games, as in ROMs and BIOS files, for the emulators you want to play. That is the only hurdle which you need to skip. And by the way, I'll give you the link of the RetroArch site in the description, as well as the app link from the Play Store, so you can feel free to check them out in the description section. While you are down there, I think this is a shameless plug, so you need to subscribe to the Geekified. Also press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any amazing content like this. And if you like this video or you love retro games, I think I deserve a like. And do let me know in the comment section which is that one franchise you love the most. Mine is Pokemon. And on this note, this is me Samir signing off, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, keep gaming. Bonus. Bye bye.